Hi, I'm Roxanne Curl, and I'm going to discuss and recommend the implementation of the System 4 Management System-Level Intervention. System-level intervention involves examining the way an organization is designed, its work processes, and how individuals and teams interact within the system. Brown, an experiential approach to organizational development, includes that a major system-level interventions include survey research and feedback, the learning organizations, re-engineering, the System 4 approach, high-performing systems, and the grid organizational development. Some of these, which also will be discussed in this presentation. The System 4 management approach, initial research, and conclusions were created by Rensis Likert. It is a tool used to assess an organization's efficacy based on what classification they fall under on a sliding scale with levels from 1 to 4. This classification is diagnosed by the organizational leaders after mapping the feedback provided by employees. After assessing the proper classification, the organization is placed on a continuum of systems ranging from System 1, which is a highly authoritative, bureaucratic, and negative to employees system, making it the most ineffective, going up to Systems 2 and 3, which gradually improve on these concepts, to the final level 4, which establishes full participation, innovation, and empowerment of employees, making it the most effective. The goal of the System 4 management program is to know one's organizational classification and to use organizational development intervention tools to move the company towards System 4. As mentioned, the primary classification tool of the System 4 intervention is to have employees evaluate the organization. To do this, employees must answer questions about the company, which is then plotted on a profile form as seen here. If this figure is observed, organization A has answers that range in the mostly in the first column, with suspicious communication, unmotivated employees, and many ruled and unnecessary procedures. Organization B, on the other hand, scores mostly in column 4, making them a System 4 company, with accepted communication from all directions, rewarded employees, and policies that are understood and relevant. Surveys that use employee attitudes like System 4 serve two main purposes. One is that they provide opportunities to identify areas of improvement of the organization and the ability to evaluate the effectiveness of an implemented change program. The other purpose is that they provide a channel of communication between the employees and managers that can create a useful dialogue among them. There are specific characteristics of System 4 that sets it apart from the other three systems. System 4 is completely participative. This means that each and every organizational member at every level, whether frontline employee or middle and upper management, and their opinions and ideas are heard and matter to the company. Members are considered organizational partners and contribute to the decision-making and strategic processes in the company. Communication is fully open on all levels. Upward and downward communication lacks barriers and fear and does not go through traditional levels. It is absolutely acceptable for a regular employee to offer an idea or suggestion to an executive. The rewarding and recognition of employees is a primary concern, and the company goes beyond encouragement to even create large ceremonies or celebrations to recognize excellence in their staff. System 4 organizations have a strong culture and positive climate that juxtaposes that of System 1. This culture is people and team oriented and encourages innovation and risk-taking. Robbins and Judge, an essential of organizational behavior, add that the more members who accept the core values and the greater their commitment, the stronger the culture and the greater its influence on member behavior. And finally, as Freeborough establishes in the course Organizational Development, positive interactions between employees and leadership is deeply ingrained in the cultural core of the System 4 organizations. But why do these characteristics matter, and why would the company want to strive to meet these characteristics? In a System 4 organization, employees are encouraged to use their own abilities and held accountable for meeting their own goals. Organizations that include this are more successful in a changing environment because employees become more skilled and empowered. Empowered employees help create a strong culture. With a strong culture comes a positive climate. Both of these aspects attract outside hires that are high performers. This is also called being an employer of choice and enhances the company's potential talent pool. Organizational members are also empowered and encouraged to grow personally and professionally, motivating them to gain skills and work towards organizational goals and visions while enhancing their ability to lead. Organizations that are empowered with empowered employees move forward with actions instead of overanalyzing, make decisions that include all levels of organization and not just supervisors, and recognize the specific accomplishments of the team and people who provide excellence within the organization instead of using rewards that cover the whole organization in a vague manner. System 4 is considered the most effective approach for every organization, and Brown also presents that Likert maintains that the casual variables that compromise System 4 managerial practices can be altered or changed by members of the organization to affect the end result variable related to performance and quality. A learning organization collaborates with the concept of System 4 management by removing layers, giving accountability to employees, and making their decision making and participation better. Freeborough establishes that participation is a core component of a learning organization. A learning organization also encourages self-directed learning. With this concept, employees assess their own training needs and are held accountable for the results without any supervision. Those who are part of self-directed learning must have incredible levels of ambition and initiative. But employees are empowered by being able to choose the training program that supports their own personal goals as a member of the company. Organizations that use self-directed learning have found more favorable financial metrics, especially through the time created for managers to focus on higher level matters. Some core values and attributes of an effective learning organization are that it values various learning styles and forms of knowledge. It encourages communication and the exchange of diverse ideas. It allows employees to develop creative thinking and problem-solving skills. It makes people more open to perspectives and less judgmental of new ideas. It breaks down traditional communication and procedure barriers that are in organizations. It empowers all employees to develop leadership skills and become leaders in the company. It reduces the layers of the company and the distinction of organization member types like management versus staff or thinkers versus doers, and it enhances the belief that organizational members have untapped potential to hone. With the changing and competitive market, successful organizations are ones that create or that can innovate rapidly and get new creation to the market immediately. In order to achieve this, the organization must have a flexible, responsive, and adaptable workforce that reacts to change and competition. A learning organization changes the culture of a company and how members interact with processes, not just the formal structures of the business. Kavanagh of Human Resource Information Systems, Basics, Applications, and Future Directions describes the learning organization as the ultimate state of organizational learning at which the organization is able to facilitate the learning of all its members and can constantly transform itself. He also addresses that adults learn best when they have a reason for learning, are actively included in creating or setting the activity, can connect new learning to their experience, believe that learning is related to the job, and are internally rather than externally motivated. The primary characteristics of learning organization that add advantage to a company are being in a constant state of readiness for change. An organization can take advantage of opportunities by understanding the current environment and questioning the ways of doing business if they are conducive to the company's effectiveness. It is also good to note that innovation is not only for when times are good, but an organization in a constant state of learning can develop bold moves during recessions. Learning organizations also have the best knowledge available. They use widely gathered time data that comes from inside and outside the company through experts, journals, conferences, and competitors. Knowledge is not monopolized and can come from anywhere, including experts within. Learning organizations can also collaborate across all levels, removing barriers and boundaries such as departments and professional affiliation. This allows collaboration to occur from problem solving vertically, horizontally, or diagonally through the organization. The organization can also continuously create flexible plans that are known to everyone in the company, and not just those at the top. It allows for feedback that makes plans be constantly re-examined and recreated by those who were involved, and not just directors or CEOs. With a learning organization, there is also the ability to experiment with the implementation of plans and improve when needed. With the mentioned conditions that involve constant and rapid change, the ability to think and act give an advantage to businesses.